Now look, I know you're all here for some fun, some laughs, maybe some cat content, definitely some good food science and good recipes, and you will get it. But first, unfortunately, we gotta do some vocab. Look, I'm sorry, I don't wanna do it either, but it really is going to help us understand our friend, the lentil. You see, it's really helpful to understand the difference between a legume, a bean, and a pulse. A legume refers to any plant in the Fabaceae family, and that is the whole plant. So we've got stems, leaves, stalks, roots, you name it. A pulse, on the other hand, is an edible seed from one of those legume plants. So beans are pulses, peas are pulses, and you guessed it, lentils are pulses. Okay, so now that we have our finger on the pulses, sorry, that was really bad. We can do it now. Lentils are ancient. There's evidence that hunter-gatherers consumed a wild version of lentils some 13,000 years ago. And in a region of the Middle East known as the Fertile Crescent, lentils were one of the first crops domesticated for human consumption. That dawn of agriculture was about 10,000 years ago. So yeah, pretty old. Here's where things get really interesting. Many lentils lead a double life. Take this pile of brown lentils, for example. You could simmer these for about 40 minutes and they would retain their lovely shape and take on a beautiful internal creaminess. They would be great in a salad. But now if you're sitting there saying like, okay, yeah, I know this lentil pretty well, you'd be wrong, dead wrong. Okay, not dead wrong. You wouldn't even really wrong. Just, there's more to it than that. Here, this is what I mean. Just grab a paring knife. Actually, this is a great activity to do with the kids. Just grab a paring knife and scrape off the seed coat of that brown lentil. And hiding inside, we have a red lentil. Wait, don't do that with the kids. That's not a good kid activity. Honestly, it's not even a good activity for grown-ups. It's just mildly educational. The point is that a lot of the variation that we see in lentils is due to how they are processed. A brown lentil like this can be stripped of its seed coat and split in half to give us split red lentils, also known as masoor dal in Hindi. Lentils are the definition of inner beauty. While none of them are nearly as vibrant as red or yellow lentils, skin-on lentils are gorgeous in their own right. We have large green layered lentils, smaller, darker, rounder French puy lentils, and tiny black caviar-like beluga lentils. And of course, whole brown lentils, which we assaulted with our paring knife just moments ago. One of the joys of eating whole lentils is biting through their tender skin to reveal a creamy, satisfying interior. But for that dream to come true, the lentils need to stay intact, which is not always an easy thing to achieve. One way to greatly increase your chance of fewer burst lentils is to treat them like their pulse pals, beans, and brine them. Soaking lentils in a brine of 4 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of salt for 1 hour significantly reduces blowouts in the pot. And here's why. The seed coat on lentils contains calcium and magnesium ions, and that adds a lot of structure to the coat. That might sound like a good thing, but it actually means less flexibility when the inside of the lentils absorbs water during cooking and swells. Think of it this way. On Thanksgiving, do you want to be wearing jeans or a pair of stretchy pants? Right? We want to give our lentils a nice pair of comfy, stretchy pants. In a brine, some of the sodium ions from the salt replace some of the calcium and magnesium ions, increasing flexibility. So the lentils absorb water and swell without bursting apart their skins. It's very cool. Another key to intact lentils is gentle cooking. Now this is mostly physical. Simmering and boiling water do a lot of jostling in the pot, which can cause lentils to burst apart. A nice way to simmer especially gently is to transfer your pot of lentils to a moderate oven. I don't have a good pants analogy for this one, so we're just gonna move on. Puy lentils and beluga lentils tend to hold their shape even better than large green or brown lentils, and they make a top choice for salads. Just look at these brined, gently simmered, and then drained puy lentils. They are lovely. I'll finish them up with little olives, mint, and feta. Yum. That salad would be lovely with some roast chicken or maybe some grilled sausages. Those are great flavor pairings. But there's one lentil pairing that goes beyond just being delicious, which it is, and that is lentils and rice. Lentils, like other pulses, are deficient in tryptophan, an essential amino acid. Essential meaning it's one that our bodies need in order to function. They are, however, high in another essential amino acid called lysine. Rice, as well as other cereal grains, is high in tryptophan and low in lysine. Do you see where I'm going here? If you eat the two together, they make up for each other's deficiencies and give us a complete protein. Now that is a healthy marriage. Rice and beans, another classic pairing, is another example of this nutritional alchemy. Lentils are enjoyed around the world, but shine the absolute brightest in a dizzying number of dishes from across the Indian subcontinent, where they're a daily staple. One of the coziest dishes and one of my absolute favorite ways to enjoy lentils is in dal. Dal is both the lentils and the dish made from the lentils. I'm going to make a batch of Cooks Illustrated Associate Editor Steve Dunn's beautiful Palak Dal using our gorgeous masoor dal. This is gonna be one complex pot of pulses, and I can't wait to make it. Let's go to the kitchen. We'll start with 4.5 cups of water, our dal, some turmeric, and a large saucepan, and we'll cook until the lentils are just starting to break down. Remember, because we ditched the seed coat on these lentils, we have nothing but creamy interiors which will tenderize really quickly. Now I just use my whisk to break up the lentils into a coarse puree and then cook a little bit longer. If you wanted a smoother dal, you could use a potato masher here. One of my favorite things about this dish is that beautiful transformation from red to sunny yellow. I'm gonna add the spinach and a little bit of salt, and our base dal is done. I love simple dal like this with rice, but I'm gonna go that extra mile, maybe that extra 100 miles, by topping it with a glorious mixture of ghee and aromatics that's variously called tadka, tadka, or chonk. In Priya Krishna's excellent book Indianish, she calls chonk the greatest Indian cooking technique ever. And it's remarkable how much complexity you can bring to a dish with something so simple to prepare. Tadka can take many forms. Food historian Kamudi Marathe explains that tadka ingredients can vary greatly based on the food that is being seasoned and on the cook's community, caste, and region. The technique takes advantage of the fact that many flavor compounds in spices and aromatics are fat soluble. They flavor the ghee, and the ghee flavors every bite. For this tadka, we'll melt some ghee and add mustard seeds and cumin seeds and cook until the seeds sizzle and pop. Then we add onion. Then we add fresh curry leaves, garlic, dried red chilies, a fresh green chili, and we cook until that onion is golden brown. My kitchen smells incredible. And now for the very best part, spooning the tadka over the dal. I'm gonna finish with a little bit of cilantro, and just look at that. My mouth is watering. Now we get a little rice, a little dal, a little ghee, and this is definitely how to eat lentils. Thanks for watching, Lentil Heads. There's links to the dal and the salad below this video. If you're interested in more great dal recipes, you have so many options. I put some links to some of my favorite Indian cookbooks below. There's also a link to a wonderful video with Priya Krishna waxing poetic about chonk for the New Yorker, so check that out. If you like season 4 so far, please, please, please don't forget to hit subscribe, hit like, and tell your mom and dad. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. One way to greatly increase your chance of fewer burst lentils is to treat them like they're Pulse Pals beans and brine them. Welcome to the law firm of Pulse Pals Beans and Brine Them. Oop, that was not a good put in.